Hello, hello. Looks like we've already got a couple of you here. Hi, Karen. Hi, Sarah. I, as always, am getting my screens ready to go. Let's see what I can do here. Close out of some of these. Okay. I think we are ready to go. Welcome back to, I think this is the third YouTube live series I've done here where I review Squarespace websites in real time and give you advice. These are user submitted websites and come with questions. Something new we're going to try today. I am going to log in. We're going to do Sarah. I see Sarah here is in the comments. We're going to work on Sarah's website today, and Sarah has given me admin credentials to her website so I can actually log in and make some changes to her website. So rather than me just talking at you about website edits and updates and suggestions, you can see me actually make them. So you can follow along and do the same on your website if it applies to you as well. I have little sticky notes over here ready to go. I think we could just jump into this. So Sarah is someone that I actually know here in Nashville. She is a musician. Let me get the full screen view of your website loaded up here, Sarah. So here is Sarah's website, and Sarah has, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, you got a show coming up tonight and some new music this week. So we're really going to be working on her website to just make it all come together and make it the best possible for everything that she's got going on this week. I have some notes for like everything across your website. I want to start on this home page here. And as we go, I'm going to duplicate some stuff so that if you don't like my changes, you can just delete the page when we're done here. I hope I can do that with my credentials here. We will find out. I didn't even try. Let's see. I might not be able to do that. Okay, Sarah, I might need your help on the back end as I do this. Okay, let's see if we can make this work for us. So I can edit pages, but you can see like if I hover over this, I don't have the little settings gear. If you would go in to the back end of your website right now and click the little settings gear and then duplicate this home page for me, that would be helpful. You do that if you can, and I will talk about a few other things that I have on my list for you. The first thing being that I think I want you to clean up your main menu navigation. There is a lot up there right now, and I know you obviously want to get booking and email signups, and you also want to showcase like your music and your shop and your videos and all of this. But I want you to think about coming to your website as if you were like a fan of your music. We don't need to see your EPK or your private booking or your privacy policy. Those things are not as important as, say, like your shop page or your music page. So we want to focus on what is most important as far as what we're putting in the main navigation. So let's see what Sarah might be saying over here. Let me see if I can move my chat over here a little bit. Okay, Sarah says she made me admin. Let me see what happens if I refresh this page. Sweet. Thanks, Sarah. That did the trick. Okay, so let's keep going with this main menu situation. What I would recommend doing, if I come down here, you don't have a footer of your site. So if I come into edit mode, you can do this on any page and say add footer. I'm going to do this and then you tell me if you want me to hit save or not. So I'm going to do add a blank section. I always do, this is just my go-to for a footer. We can make it super tiny, but I'm going to say it's kind of annoying because the copyright symbol defaults to black and you can't change it because it's like a little emoji type situation. Okay, so this is what I do. And then what I would do is link up your privacy policy and your EPK down here. could do, make it super, super small, even smaller, just so it's there, but it's not taking up a lot of real estate. We'll center it, make the text as small as we can. I like to bold the name just because that's what I do. And then I'm going to highlight this EPK. Let's see. Okay, here's another little trick that I usually do. When you're editing the footer, if you make it that small, then you can't see what you're doing with the pop-up. So I added blank section just while I'm editing. We'll link to your EPK page. Open that in a new window. And then your privacy policy will do the same thing. Boom. Okay, I'm going to delete this. Okay, Sarah, I'm going to come to the chat. Let me know if you like this setup for your linking up some of your stuff that we could take out of the main menu. I don't want to hit save if you don't like it. So maybe give me a save or don't save in the chat and we'll keep going. Okay, you said you like that. I'm going to hit save. You can always delete it. Hit save and then exit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag your privacy policy to not linked. So that means it's still on your website. It's still a live page, but it's just not up here in that main bar. I'm going to do the same with your EPK page. For those, I mean, Sarah knows me, but for those who don't know me, I do a lot of musician websites. I always say I've done like 250 Squarespace websites. I honestly lost count about there, so I don't know how many exactly I've done, but the majority of them are musician sites. So this is what I do all day, every day, and this is how I organize content. The other thing I might recommend doing, I don't know if we want to do it right now on this, but a lot of times I'll put the email sign up instead of having a whole separate page. What I will do is put that in the footer. So that way it's on every single page and somebody doesn't have to click over to go find it. Because if I'm being honest, if somebody's on a website, you don't want to go click to an email sign up page. You want to go watch the videos or hear the music or to go to the shop. You don't want to go just put your email in. But if you can catch people at the very bottom of every page, maybe after they see it a few times, they're like, you know what? Yeah, I do want to hear more from Sarah. I'll give her my email. So I would recommend putting that into your footer. If you like that idea, you can just come down to your footer, hover over this little tiny footer we just made. When I do that, the page kind of grays out. That means we're in the footer edit mode, and you can just add a section. I usually just add a blank section, and then you can copy and paste in your code for your email list here. Maybe you would want a white background, or that's kind of too bright. I was trying to do white so it would blend that subscribe block you have would blend in, but you know how to style the page. So I would recommend after this to put that in your footer and then take away, you could keep the page, just drop it down here too, and you're not linked, but have that information in the footer. So it's on every page and people don't have to click to get to it. Okay, the other thing that I want to do, yes, you said maybe I can add contact there too. I thought that, I'm just reading comments. I thought that looked like a Bands in Town widget. I've never actually noticed people using the Bands in Town for email sign up. So I am curious to hear how you like it. You say it's been tough figuring that out. I might go into edit mode. It looks like a code block. There's not much you can do. I do know, so the background color lives right here. You probably can edit this because you can edit the tour dates. You can probably edit that within the widget creator of Bands in Town would be my thought. And the other thing I noticed here is for some reason, it's just like on one or two pages that your social media icons are like, the icons go away on like one or two pages. I don't know what that's about, but I did notice that. It's just on like that email page and maybe, I don't know what the deal is, but I did notice that. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Okay, email, sign up in the footer, contact info in the footer. I would also probably recommend putting the private booking, whether you link it in the footer or maybe you make just a whole separate contact page. And then on the contact page, maybe you have a contact form and then you can link to your private booking page that's down here in the not linked. You can link to your EPK page. You can link to the email sign up form page. So those can all still exist. But just not in the main navigation. But if somebody wants to contact you, then they can go to those various different places depending on who they are and what they need. Okay, now let's go back to where we started at the homepage. And this time I do have edit access. Okay, my first comment here, I'm going to duplicate it. Hit the settings, duplicate, confirm. Okay. I'm going to make it very obvious. This is the one that I'm working on. This is Catherine's page. Okay. Pull it down here and I'm going to, let's see if I can still, if I'm going to disable it, see if I can still go into edit mode with it disabled. That way it's not live on your site and people don't randomly land there if they search for you. Okay. My thoughts here are that this feels more like a music page rather than a home page. My thoughts for home pages are that you should have a little bit of everything that's like on all of the pages of your website. Have a preview of all of that on your home page. This to me feels like maybe we should rename it. You can keep it and rename it music and then add that to the top lineup of your pages. I think all musicians need a page called music, but that's often something that's actually left out. So I would probably rename this as it is to music and then recreate a new home page. So I will show you what I might do for that. I'm going to come in here. Okay. I wouldn't call it a template, but I do have a certain type of formula of content that I like to have, especially on musician websites. So I'm just I'll work fast. I don't want to take up everybody's time of me doing this work, but I'm going to show you what I would do. I'm going to grab that picture that you have here. And put that at the top. That way when we land on your site, we know this is Sarah's website. Make it a little bit bigger. When you put something that does frustrate me about Squarespace sometimes, when you put a background image up here in the top section that's right under the navigation bar, it like puts the picture behind the navigation bar, so you have to like overly adjust the focal point to get things to show the way that you want them to. So if you put an image here and you notice it's like cropping on your head too much, it's probably because you don't have enough white space to accommodate the menu bar, which is annoying, but that's what's happening. Okay, then what I might do, let me make sure, make sure I'm on my Catherine page. Okay, what I might do is just kind of clicking around to see what we've got here. Okay, you've got your pre-save link. Sarah, will you let me know, is this picture here the cover of this Baby I Love You? Let me know that and I'll keep going. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to, don't freak out. I'm going to delete all this. On the Catherine page, here we go, delete. Okay. Okay. Gonna hit save. Okay, here we go. The publish is what would make it, would enable the page. So I'll just keep hitting save. Okay. Next up, I'm going to I really like this. This might be too much text, but you can get the point here. What I'm trying to do with stuff design wise. I'm going to do this. We're going to add just like a little pop of color and bring the focus to this new song you have. This could be like a press quote if you have a favorite press quote, or it could just be like something really short and sweet, like your name, and it could say like music, new music out now. Okay, black and white is the main artwork. Okay. So I'm going to do that. We're going to move this away. And then I like to create a call to action section. So whatever is the most important, whatever you're promoting right now will go in this section here, which is going to be your pre-save. Let's see if I can come to... I don't know if the picture you're talking about is in here. I might just leave it as this one for right now, and then you can replace it if you want to use this design, your black and white picture. We'll do this, and then I'll take your text here. We'll use this, we'll use it in a different spot though. Let me see what it's called. Okay. Okay, I'm going to unbold it. Actually, if you bold too much text at one time, it will give you like an SEO score ding, believe it or not. So I'm going to do this. Give it a title, also important here for SEO. See if we can make this bigger. And then Sarah, did you say this is out on Valentine's Day? I think that's what you told me. I'm going to type that in for now. Change that to pink, make it pop a little bit more. Let's see what else we can do here. Something like that. I wish this could line up from top to bottom with this. I don't want to make it, let's see. Okay, here we go. That works. Okay, I'm going to make this section a medium height. Okay, so I'm going to hit save on this. So now we've got your main picture, a cleaned up navigation. We've got like a pop of color right here, something for people to read, and some movement. We've got your call to action section. You can replace this with your cover image here, your text, your pre-save. Okay. Sarah, let me know how you're feeling about this so far. Then what I might do is, let's exit out of here. I'm going to come to your about page and pull a little bit of this. Which another thing I wanted to tell you would be to add more to this. Like I know you, but I wanted to read more about you here. So don't be afraid to elaborate here and really tell more of your story. You can pick what you want to put. I'm just going to pull something really quick. Oops, not the real page. Back to my page. Okay, edit mode. And then I'm going to we might put something in between these two, but I like to have a little bit of about info on the home page. One, because it's good for SEO to have more text so that they can know who you are and how to serve you up in search. And then it's good to link to pages, like from your home page to your about page, from your contact page to the EPK page. It's great to cross-link from your own site through your own pages, also for SEO. So from here, I would say read more. And then we would link over to your about page. This red text is getting a little lost. It's a little hard for me to read on that dark background. I might recommend switching up your link color to that light pink color. Would be easier to read, just in my opinion. We'll do this. Yeah, I think we need to put a section between these two so they're not too similar. Okay. Sarah says she does have a new bio. Okay, great. And while we're here adding this image in, let's talk about file names. We do want to have all of this filled out too for SEO purposes. Think about your image file names. Like when you Google something and then you click on images, if your image is named something that's all mumbly jumbly like that was, then Google doesn't know what the picture is. But if you give it a name and a title, then it can better help you rank and search. Let's see what a little bit of contrast here would look like. Do this here. Okay. Something like that. And then we can change this color to your red. I'm going to hit save. Okay, let's add something here in the middle. I think we should let's add some. We could either add your email sign up, but if you're going to put that in the footer, I'm going to do something different here. Let's do another blank section. I'm going to do, let's see if I can do a summary. And you have a lot of shop products on your site, so let's have a little shop section. And we'll do a grid. We'll do maybe 4 items, 3 or 4. We will let's center stuff, make the text a little bigger. We're going to hide the excerpt because that's just a lot of text to take in. And sure, we can do quick view. And maybe play with a little background color here. Okay, let's start here and see what happens. If I pull this out, it's giving me a lot of space at the bottom that I'm not crazy about, but that happens sometimes with the galleries and the summaries. Let's say we're going to add up here. You make this read and say whatever you want here. Let's do this. I'd probably make this, let's do this, it'll be white. And then we want to give you, maybe we'll make this paragraph 2 again. Again, I'm just playing around, so you can do whatever you want with this later. But this is how I work. Okay, let's look at it. Let's exit and look at it in full screen to see what we've got. Okay, so I'm gonna change that for you. In the comments, Sarah says she calls it Shop Sarah's Swag. Perfect. Exit. Okay, let's look at it in Full screen. Okay, we've got the nice banner image, some moving text here. We've got your call to action section. We've got your store. I wish these had like buy now buttons. Where's that button? That made it huge. Maybe that's not an option. Okay. And let's see. We could actually probably keep this so everything is the dark if you want to do that, or you can alternate colors. Okay, now back to what I was doing, full screen. And just kind of look at what we've got so far. Okay, let's see what else we should add here. I'm gonna pop over to your press page. I'm going to pull a quote here. Let's do this. Where'd it go? Copy this. And let's go back to my Catherine page. Let's add a little quote here. For every different piece of content, I like to add a different section. It makes it easier to edit. It makes spacing work well. Let's do if this person has a name that you can share, you can add that in. Let's see what a different color would look like here. I think that's just too bright for me. And we've already got the red up here. I think that's spaced out enough to where we could use it, but I might keep it as the dark. And then maybe we do this. And we'll make the spacing less here. Okay. And then if you add in your email sign up down here, I think that would be a great addition. Let's do, actually with this quote, let's do one more thing here. Let's do ad block, bands in town. Okay, we've got your date loaded in there. Sarah, it looks like you're coming up with your own list of homework to do after this. I don't know if I like I kind of want to give this a title. Something like that. Maybe we bump this up in the line up here. Like this. We've got header 2, header 2, header 2, header 2. Okay. So now what we want to do is go to our mobile view and make sure everything is looking right here. Okay. Let's get rid of some of this extra spacing. Make this button bigger so it doesn't drop the text on a different line. We've got your shop items. We've got your upcoming show. So on mobile, I'm going to swap the order of that. Make the picture bigger. And that looks good to me on mobile. Okay, exit. So that would be my new homepage for you with your email sign up down there at the bottom in the footer. And that way we covered, like, remember when we started this, I said we'll pull a little something from all the pages to create the homepage. So we've got your music, we've got a little bit about you, we've got a shop item, we've got a press quote, you've got your show on here, and then you've got your email sign up will live in the footer. So that way, even if somebody doesn't click around, they can get a little bit of something of everything on your homepage. Yeah, so that would be my revamp and advice for you. That kind of covers all the things that I have on my little sticky note over here. I said, make your current homepage your music page. We talked about the layout of your homepage. I told you to put more in your about page, and it sounds like you've already got that ready to go and add in. And we cleaned up your navigation. Actually, I think I might know what's happening with these icons because it's only happening on this email sign up page. I bet there's something to do with this code. That's messing it up. So when you copy and paste that in, when you grab it again, maybe go customize it in Bandsintown. And then when you copy and paste it in, maybe just delete the whole code block and start over. Because I also saw when I went into edit mode, all of this went away. So there's something that is happening in this code block that is not, like, something got cut off. The code is incomplete, so it's messing up these buttons, and it made this go away. So cut that code and repaste and start fresh with that. I think that might be the problem. Okay. So we've got a little before and after preview for you. My one other little thing might be to make these navigation items like your dark gray, just so they stand out and they're a little easier to read. Otherwise, that should be good. There's the one thing that we need to add is a header 1 text. You saw that all this was header 2. We need to have a header 1 on your page somewhere that says your name. So let's try this. Every page needs to have a header 1, and it needs to be like something along the lines of the title of your page. But sometimes it's just weird to like repeat your name when you already have your name at the top in your navigation. So something I've been doing lately is this trick, where you make it header 1, which is usually the biggest text that you have on your site. But I'm going to make it pink again. If we use this tool right here, this A with like the little brackets around it, that means it's going to make the text however big your text block is. And then I just shrink it down to make it small. So that way it's got your name as header 1, but it's not this overwhelming, just crazy huge header 1 on your site. So now we just need to do the same on mobile. We'll just make it little and move it down. Then we can be happy with the design, and we can check the SEO check mark for having the header 1. And pull this out to the edges. Save. Let's see. If you want to, you can make that background pink so it matches. This is where you can control the menu navigation for the mobile. You just have to go into the mobile preview and check it out. Exit. And you could change that if you want it to match the desktop. But I think we made some pretty good headway in just 30 minutes for you there. So if you have any other questions or ideas for me, Sarah, or anybody else that's hanging out with us, let me know. Otherwise, that's what I've got planned for today. Sarah, your homework is going to be to add more on your about page. You said you had some more press quotes, and then to go customize your email sign-up code in Bandsintown and drop that in your footer, and then fix your email sign-up page here. And then if you want to create a contact page to move that booking and these other links to that we put down here, you could do that. Or you could put your contact info down here in the footer. That could be a good place for it to live too. Otherwise, I've got my eye over here on the chat. I've got let me see. I've got this screen. I've got this going on. I've got comments that are half cut off on this screen. But we're making it work. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Sarah, for letting me use you here as an example. I hope this was helpful for you and for anybody else watching. That is what I've got for today's live. There's also another, this is my Squarespace specific YouTube channel. I have another channel that is more just about websites and digital marketing in general. And over there today, I'm sharing about blogging. So Sarah, you don't have a blog, but for anyone that might be watching that wants to get into blogging and know okay, well, how do I apply all these techniques and the SEO strategies to my blog? That's what I'm talking about on my other channel today. If I can, let's see if I can grab that link. It went live at the same time we went live over here. Let's see if I can grab that. I'll drop it in the chat too. So there are more resources for you over there. Let's see here. Okay, there's that video link. That video is actually part of a whole series about website success. It's called 7 Days to Website Success. And there's a whole let me see if I can change my screen here and show you this workbook. There's this whole workbook that I've created for it. So I think this was day 5. I think we're on day 5 of this series. And I teach you all sorts of things. There's workbooks so that you can not just listen to me, but you can also fill in the blanks and come up with everything and take action for yourself on your own website. Whether that's branding, SEO, today is about blogging, whether we're talking about testimonials and how to put press on your website. It's all in the series, how to make more money on your website, all in the workbook, all in the videos. So if you want to stick around and keep watching, I would recommend going over to that channel and checking that out. Otherwise, thank you for being here for another Designing the Row live. I don't know what we're calling these, website review series. Thank you for being here for this series. I hope you go check out the other series. I think that's all I've got for you today. I hope you liked this. Kind of changed it up a little bit rather than me just talking. I got to show you actually on the website. So hopefully that was helpful. I had fun. Sarah, thank you for being here and chatting with me in the comments so we could make this even better. And thank you to those of you who tuned in to watch. I will see you next month and in the next videos and over on my other YouTube channel. So thank you, and I hope that you have a great day.